All right, we are live once again, everybody. Back with episode 2 of This Week in WWE, everything that's going on. And also, is Vince McMahon back in creative? Now, that question became very relevant the past week with the announcement of Omos versus Brock Lesnar possibly happening at WrestleMania. Did anyone ask for that match? No. Do we think Triple H booked that match? I don't even think he would book that, but then I get comments of, well, he booked Strowman and Omos, but Omos and Lesnar does not sound like Triple H to me. I'm sorry, it doesn't. But before we get into it, guys, I just want to let you know that if you want to get some emotes and badges and all that good stuff, channel memberships are available. You can sign up today for just $2.99 a month. I'd really appreciate it. It will help greatly with the channel. Any type of support is great, and I appreciate it. So we're going to go through the Raw preview tonight, and then you can decide for yourself if Vince is having a hand on any of this coming in WrestleMania. It is actually being brought to the attention that Vince McMahon is running night one of WrestleMania, and Triple H is running night two as they are collaborating. Whether that means Vince will actually be there or if he's going to do it from the office, I have no idea. Let's just hope for the talent that he is not there. But I'm also going to give you guys some clues to listen to uh, in the coming weeks to be able to make that decision. So tonight on Raw, we have Becky Lynch and Lita for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I honestly think this is going to have the IWC complain either way, because even though everybody thinks Damage Control is boring, they're not going to want to see Becky Lynch and Lita have the title. So they're going to complain about that if they win, and they're also going to complain if Dakota Kai and Damage Control lose. It's a it's a lose lose situation for WWE, and I'm sorry, that's just what I think. So I'm very surprised that Lita came to Becky Lynch's aid. They were at each other's throat for a while, and I don't know. This just doesn't make sense. But it says Becky Lynch and Lita have formed a formidable red-headed alliance as Lita came to the aid of Lynch during the man steel cage match with Bailey. They actually at least had that happen. The following week, Lynch and Lita invaded Bailey's boring Ding Dong Hello show. Thank God they did because I can't stand that. But here's what we have on tap, people. Here's what we have on tap. Is this Vince? I don't know, man. But this past week on Raw, almost issued. It's not a stunning. It's not a stunning challenge. It isn't. Lesnar will tear this man apart. It won't even last 5 minutes. The entrance is going to be longer than a fucking match. I'm telling you. Will Lesnar accept? I hope not. Brock should have somebody better than this guy. I mean, really, this is all you have for Lesnar? Jesus Christ, that's got to be Vince. I'm sorry. And then they also have Asuka looks to prove Carmella is not ready for her. Carmella and Asuka. Really? This is who they're gonna. Oh my lord! Look, guys. Carmella and Asuka. Really? Fuck my life. That's all I gotta say. Asuka deserves better than this. I'm sorry if you may be a Carmella fan, the very few and far between, but I'm just not interested in that. But I love Raw, so of course we're all gonna watch it. Then Miz TV goes Hollywood. Oh boy, Miz TV can't. Oh, what's gonna happen there? Candice LeRae battles Piper Niven. That could be good. That could be the undercard match of the night. So they're already announcing a lot of stuff for WWE Raw. It seems like an okay show. I mean, I'm not too thrilled about everything that's going on, but this could just be the few announcements, and they have some other things up their sleeve. So let's hope. So now I want to give you guys a little insight to what to look for in the upcoming weeks if Vince McMahon is back in creative. The one thing you're going to want to pay attention to is the commentating. The commentating is going to be a very big key in if Vince McMahon is back in Gorilla or not. Because he would have these weird phrases, really weird, or he would overhype something. And if you hear the commentators repeat it over and over and over and over again, that could kind of get you thinking. That could make it be like, is he really back? I mean, it's WrestleMania. He's not going to stay out of it. I've said this over and over and over again. He is not going to stay out of WrestleMania. He's not. There's just no way. I just worry for what if he is actually present and the talent sees him back there. It's going to be a spectacle. Let me tell you what, because even if he may say, "Oh, it's just for tonight or this weekend," they're going to have in their heads he's not going to stay away, so they're going to start getting worried. But one thing you can guarantee, if Vince McMahon does eventually get that position back, top dollar, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. Vince may keep him around for maybe a couple more weeks and make fun of him because he couldn't do a dive. But once he gets bored with that, goodbye, hit row again. If you see that group gone, you know there's something going on back there. Because that would be the second time they would get released, much like he did with Samoa Joe. Now, I know he has a lot of injuries, but Joe really added some depth to the commentating team. I thought that was a poor decision by Vince McMahon. He could still, at least when he healed up, had a couple of matches along the way while he was commentating, but no, Vince didn't want anything to do with them. So that's another sign you can see is when you start seeing an exodus of talent. Now with Triple H, there hasn't been very many releases. That's how you know Vince hasn't had much to do with it because Triple H has brought everybody back, and during this time, for now, they're safe. Now, I'm not saying I want to see anyone lose their job. Don't misconstrue my words. I don't. You know, the way this economy is going, everybody needs employment. Everybody does. But I'm just saying I know the type of talent Vince likes to have, and if he goes out there and says, Hit Row, goodbye, Gargano, goodbye, who else did Triple H bring back that Vince didn't like? You could say goodbye to Ricochet getting TV time. Strowman he may keep for a while because he's big, he's athletic, and Vince likes wrestlers like that are big, athletic, can move and do those things. The problem with Strowman was how much money he was getting for the amount of work he was doing. So I understand that. The biggest concern I have if Vince does come back to creative is Bray. Bray Wyatt would be the biggest concern because it took a year for Triple H to convince him to come back. And it took Vince being gone for Bray to be like, okay, well, I can come and do my thing and not have to worry about Vince putting his stamp of approval on things. I could be myself. And if you see Bray start doing like really huge supernatural stuff, I would kind of wonder, is that really his way of doing things, or is it Vince putting his agenda on that? Because you know Vince loves his supernatural shit. You know he does. Especially Bruce. Oh my God, it's like Mortal Kombat this one week, Sub-Zero this the next week. I mean, Bruce is already back there, so Vince could be texting Bruce Pritchard, oh, say this, say this, say this. You know, he could actually have influence on the show without actually being there. Because Bruce is going to say yes to whoever. He'll be like yes to Triple H, yes to Vince. He's not going to disagree. But that's the thing, you got to have fucking backbone. But you can do it in a respectful way. You don't have to be an asshole about it. You can stand up and say, you know, I really don't feel this way is working. We should do this without having to fear your job. And that's what the talent needs to start realizing. If Vince does come back, just be like, look, we don't want to work here if that's the case. You can't just be afraid. You can't be afraid of everything. You just got to move forward and just be able to look, get this guy away from what I want to do, or we're going to go somewhere else. They don't have to say yes to Vince. Hopefully, when the sale happens, the people will be smart and say, you know what, if you really want that position back, we're not buying it. We are not buying it. I'm sorry, we cannot fully trust you to buy WWE with you in charge because you killed the ratings for years and years and years. I mean, what, 5 years ago they were at a 3 or a 4 every week? And then when the last couple, what was it, last year even, before Triple H took over, they were at like a 1.3 or a 1.4. I mean, Vince just does not give a fuck. He would literally kill this company just to fit his own agenda. And I'm just telling you, you will be able to tell. If you paid attention when Vince and Bruce were in charge, you will be able to clearly tell what's going on. If you paid attention to what Triple H has been doing the last few months, you could be like, you know what? I know what's Triple H and I know what isn't. I can tell by the matches being put forward, and I can tell by the creative being put forward. I mean, I read reports Vince wants to have a say in the Bloodline Sami Zayn stuff. Fuck no, you weren't here for most of that. Why should you have a say in it? Why? Because everyone's saying it's the best storyline in WWE in the last 30 years? Then you're like, oh, I got to get my stamp of approval on it. Oh, I got to let everyone know it's because of me. We all know that isn't true. Because the last 7, 8 months, you had nothing to do with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. Nothing. And I just don't understand why the old man would all of a sudden want to put his hands on it. Because if he does, he's going to take all the credit and not even acknowledge Paul Levesque. Not even acknowledge him. That he's the reason why the Bloodline situation kept going. Sammy was only supposed to be a part of it for 3 or 4 weeks. But it was because of all of us that wanted him to keep staying in there, and Triple H actually listens to everybody. If that was Vince McMahon running the Bloodline and Sami Zayn and all that shit, Zayn would have been nowhere to be found near that undisputed title match. That was a classic between him and Roman, and that would have never happened if Vince was in charge. That's another fucking key clue to be able to say, you know what, I know it's not him. And people are trying to come to me and say, oh, Vince isn't allowed to be in creative. That doesn't mean he can't be using his phone and telling Triple H and Bruce Pritchard what to do and what to say. They're not going to tell you he is. They got a sale coming. They're not going to tell you that he is involved. But you guarantee an Omos versus Lesnar has Vince written all over it. I'm sorry, but people say, oh, he did Triple H's Strowman and Omos. That's a totally different story. This is not a fucking Lesnar caliber Mania match. I hope Lesnar would just say, fuck no. What the hell am I going to do with his Omos? He would F5 him all over the place. I'm sorry. I mean, unless money does talk and he just be like, oh, okay, I'll have an easy Mania match. But it's not going to mean anything. It's not. It's be like, oh, look at Lesnar. He's such a beast. He picked up the giant Omos like nothing and beat him in 3 minutes. Who the fuck cares? I swear it is. It's not Triple H. I'm telling you, it's not Triple H booking this match. It can't be. People are like, oh, Triple H can do no wrong. That's what you're saying. No, it's just I've seen everything this man has done in the last 7 to 8 months, and it can't be him booking this shitty match. It really can't. Vince could easily text him and be like, I want to see Omos and Lesnar. Book it. You know what I mean? Why can't that be happening? Vince can book shit from his office. But Triple H and Bruce would never tell you. They would never say he has anything to do with it. But I'm just saying, as the weeks come on, look at Roman and Cody. Haven't even faced off yet, and we're a month away. I read that they aren't even having a face-to-face until the 20th. The 20th of fucking March. Cody and Roman will finally face off. Oh, they could do it in one fucking promo? Are you kidding me? Like, that kind of has a mix of Vince McMahon, I think, too. Because why in the world, Triple H is all about long-term booking. Why in the world would he wait till March 20th to have Roman and Cody face off? They can't tell a story in one night. They can't, but that's all they're going to have. That's why you're seeing Heyman every week. But it's just like, there could be so much to be said there, and they're really giving you one night. A week or two after is WrestleMania, so what are they going to tell? You're going to have him on Raw, you're going to have him on SmackDown, every single show leading up to them to really sell the match? Or are you like, oh, it's Cody, it's Triple H, and booking Cody and Roman, so it's going to sell itself? That's the only mindset WWE has been having a problem with for years with WrestleMania. Oh, it's just it's the biggest pay-per-view people are going to watch anyway. Yes, but you got to have some things to get us to care. The problem WWE is having, Sammy is so hot right now, they want everything to do to get him involved in that match. I mean, look how over and how well produced Sammy and Roman did. I mean, I would have been happy with that at WrestleMania. I really would have. Even though we knew Roman was going to win, that could have been an awesome Mania moment. That really could, and they still very well can. Cody is open to a triple threat match, so they very well could add Sammy and just be like, look, we're backed into a corner. We can't get out of this. We got to add Sammy to the match. We got to. Or we're going to have such backlash that we may lose the people that Paul Levesque has been gaining back. And they don't want to do that if they're in the process of selling the company. They don't want to go back to really, really low ratings. And they may have to do something with Sammy in the world title. I mean, the guy is more over than Cody right now. He really is. Cody could have been there had he not been injured. I mean, that sucked. I mean, he was in prime position to get to where Sammy is right now. If Cody would not have gotten injured, I believe the roles would have been reversed. And he would be in a more prime spot. But now people are wanting Sammy more than Cody. I mean, nobody's booing Cody, JD. Nobody's booing him, like you said. So you're wrong there. But people may still want Sammy over Cody. And WWE is backing themselves into a corner to where they just may have to add him or find some way to get him a title. Now, if they're dragging on this Sammy and KO versus the Usos, I mean, I'm cool with Sammy having the tag team titles, but with the amount of work that Sammy has been putting into the storyline, I really think he should be champion over Cody. They could still put Cody in the match with Sammy after WrestleMania when Cody is in a more prime position and has been back long enough and has the fan support long enough to make the match mean as much as Sammy and Roman. They could easily do that. but I don't know what they're going to do. It may very well happen that Roman could still have these titles. WWE likes those record breakers. WWE likes those round numbers. What's Roman going to be at WrestleMania? 942 days or something like that. If he's that close to 1,000, there very well may be a possibility that WWE says, you know what, let's keep the title on Roman until he gets to 1,000, which would be around SummerSlam time. Then that would be 3 years he has had the fucking belt. And you really think WWE is going to not think about that? Like, oh, we could have Roman hold it for about a month or two more, hit that 1,000, and then drop it. It could happen. Ricky E245, what's up, buddy? I think Roman retains. They want him to get the 1,000 record. See? Even he believes it. I really don't think Cody's walking out. At first I did. I'm like, Cody's going to win this. Roman's actually going to lose. But the more I look into it, I believe you as well, Ricky, and the few other people that are thinking about this, Roman could walk out of WrestleMania still champ. I really don't think after all this time they're going to want to stop him at 940 something days. That's not a number WWE likes. I mean, look at Asuka. She was around 850 and they kept it on there for a little bit longer because they like that round number. If someone's that close, they're going to want to keep him going until, look at Roman Reigns, 1,000 days as WWE champion. Wouldn't that sound better than look at Roman Reigns, 942 days as champion? Don't count that out. It could be very possible that there's trolling all of us and Roman walks out. Still undisputed champion. I know that'll make a lot of people upset, but you got to look at the bigger picture here. Roman dropping it to somebody at 1,000 days would mean a hell of a lot more than 942. But you could probably be like, oh, that's still a large number. Yes, but it doesn't have as much more of an impact as 1,000 does. And if they've been doing this for 3 years, why would they stop just short under 1,000? If Roman wins at Mania, I see him dropping the titles at SummerSlam. Yes, I do as well. I think SummerSlam is a better time because that's when he actually returned 3 years ago and won the title. So why would he drop it at WrestleMania? Wouldn't you rather him drop it at SummerSlam? Because that's their second biggest pay-per-view of the year. And now, to me, it would just make a little more sense. Having him drop into whether it be Cody, whether it be Sammy, at SummerSlam versus WrestleMania. A lot of people may be like, I don't think that's a good idea. But I think that's what's going to happen. And give me 1 second, guys. I got to charge my fucking laptop. I didn't think the battery would go this fast. There we go. 1 second. There. I don't want it to die on live stream. That would be very, very embarrassing. Your favorite YouTube podcast. What's up, Kervin? How you doing, buddy? Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It makes the show go by a lot quicker. And it's just nice to have some of you to discuss this with. And if you guys want, please share this video. I'd really appreciate it. Get some more eyes on this. It would mean the world to me. And I really thank you guys for your support, because without you, this would not even be a thing. It really wouldn't. Is that a thinking face? I don't fucking know. Your favorite YouTube podcast. Hey, you can say what you want. I don't care. I mean, this is a place you can come to where I'm not going to hide you. I'm not going to block you. I wish people stop bragging about wrestling. That's what we do. Every podcaster does it. Even Sean Ross Sapp. Come on. Oh, but Sapp gets all all the scripts before every show. According to top WWE talent, he gets the whole Raw before it happens. He gets the whole SmackDown before it happens. That must be true. He can't be wrong. What a goof that guy is. You know what? I don't care that he blocked me. I really don't. I'm like, dude, you are sitting there texting on Twitter, trying to hook up with Denise. And then you go on to say, oh, that wasn't me. I was hacked. That didn't happen. Dude, don't lie about it. If you're going to do it, we see it. Don't lie about it. I mean, everybody, so many people clipped that, and he was like, "Oh, it wasn't me. I was hacked. I didn't say those things. I wasn't trying to hook up with anybody." I just the people on social media just really, oh, they really get me to laugh. They really, really do. It's just funny. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. I just wanted to come on a little earlier because it is a beautiful fucking Monday. Tomorrow is supposed to be in the 30s here in Pennsylvania. And yeah, this is a good day to go outside. It's in the 50s. And I don't want to be, I'm trying to be one of those people that are constantly exercising, constantly going outside, and constantly getting in better shape. But what match are you looking forward to for WrestleMania? Curvin, definitely not Omos and Bobby Lesnar. Definitely not Omos and Lesnar. I hope WWE is trolling us. I really do. I don't see why that match is even happening. I, they really run out of things for Lesnar to do, didn't they? I mean, Brock doesn't care. He's going to take the money and go out hunting and fishing and doing what he likes to do down in Saskatchewan. So he's not going to care how it looks on him. He's just going to take the payday in the easy 5-minute match. But I'm just like, why? Triple H or Vince, whoever decided to book this shit, why in the world will we be seeing Omos and Lesnar at WrestleMania is beyond me. I know Omos has nothing to do. I don't really care. Omos has nothing to do. He's not selling anything. MVP is selling it. No one gives a fuck about Omos. They're just enjoying what MVP has to say. But then when the match actually happens, people are going to be like, oh, bathroom break. Oh, let me go get something to eat. I'm hungry. Hey, what are you doing over here? Are you enjoying the show? Yeah, do you care about this Omos and Lesnar? I'm not even watching it, bro. It's just like, that's what it's going to be. No one is actually going to be invested in that match. No one. I'm telling you. Even on Raw, people might be like, click, click, click. Oh, where's my remote? Oh, let me get on my phone. Click, click, click. It just baffles me. It really does. People be like, oh, you're being too serious about it. Yes, I may be, but it's just like, what the, who, why? This is a waste of time. JD take wrestling too far up, but remember, Curvin, he has all the inside scoops. He knows everything going on. He's actually stepped foot inside WWE. No, Jerry, I think you're a little jealous that Denise is actually on WWE TV, and you wish that was you. Well, if you wouldn't have said so much shit about everybody, maybe Triple H would have hooked up with you. But they all got your clips, buddy. They all, especially what you said about Alexa Bliss years ago, they're not going to forget that. You may think it was swept under the rug, but a lot of them, they're going to be like, no, don't bring that guy in. That's going to be terrible. We don't need that negativity around our company. So I'm just saying, what we say on here goes a long way. We may think, oh, no, they're not going to watch it. They're not going to watch it. Then I could say whatever the fuck I want, and there's going to be no consequence. Eventually, there is. Eventually, somebody will see it, and eventually, it'll have a repercussion. And in JD's case, he's getting that. Nobody in WWE wants to work with him. Nobody. But that's why you see someone like Denise on WWE TV. What's that show called? Is it The Bump? I don't fucking know. I don't watch it. But she actually got her foot in the door there, and JD is pissed off about that. Oh, I got more views than her. Oh, I got more subscribers than her. Why are they choosing her over me? Attitude. It's your attitude, buddy. It's your not wanting to work with anybody in the community. Why in the fuck would they want to choose you? So they chose Denise. Sorry about your damn luck. That's all I gotta say. Now, I know I'll probably never get that opportunity, but I'm not gonna bash the people. I'm not gonna say those offensive things that he said, because you never know. A door could open. A door could open, and even with all this, what I said about Vince, it wasn't horrible. I wasn't like bashing him so much a bridge would have been burned. No, it just I was giving you guys clues of what to look for if he's back in creative. I don't see that. We could say what we want to about Vince, but I never heard anything about him blocking anybody. I never heard him anything. He he has a backbone, and I don't think he even cares anyway. But we do our best not to totally bash him, because you never know. So, anyways, everybody, thank you so much for coming in here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here. I got some stuff I need to do around the house, and I need to get outside and get some more exercise in, get some stuff done around outside the house. I really appreciate everybody being here. It really helped the stream go along really quickly. Thank you so much. I do hope you enjoyed WWE Raw. It should be a decent show. I mean, there's some things on there that, it's 3 hours. They gotta put something on. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I love you guys. I really do appreciate everybody being here, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Monday, and I'll talk to you later. Take care, guys.